Hi, it's Maggie the Irish Gypsy here to bring you your August 2018 mid-month general readings. Thank you for joining us here today and welcome to any newcomers. Thank you for those of you who continue to follow, like, share, and subscribe, and to all of my clients out there, regular and new, for keeping me so always busy and occupied with one-on-one readings. And if any of you are interested in a personal one-on-one reading with me, you can get more information on my contact details by going to my YouTube channel's homepage and clicking on the little About button, or you can click on the description bar of all the videos that I post for the same information. Please feel free to email me directly at maggie1McGuire@gmail.com. I'd be delighted to work with you, and turnaround time is usually pretty fast as well. I do love and romance, career, work, and finance, investment readings, compatibility, reconciliation, 6 and 12-month overviews if you'd like to see what's coming in your life for the next 6 or 12 months, and channeled messages from past and loved ones, as well as gift readings. So send me an email if you're interested, and I will get back to you within the same day or the first 24 hours of your initial contact. All right, let's move right into this. This reading is for the water sign of Scorpio for the remainder of August 2018. So we're looking at the last couple of weeks here. I am back in Poland. Well, I was in Poland before, but I just got back from taking a couple of weeks tour through Turkey. Beautiful, wonderful, extraordinary place and people and experiences, but oh my God, hot in August. Back in Poland, where I will be for about another month until I head back to my home base in California. Okay, Scorpio. If you know your rising and moon sign, watch those as well for additional insight. General readings always resonate a little differently for everybody watching. All right, my Scorpions. We have the Ten of Pentacles, followed by Judgment. We have Death or Transformation, followed by the Wheel of Fortune. From the bottom of the deck, your overall energy and guidance is Justice. Holy cow, Scorpio, you have, out of 5 cards, 4 of them are major arcana. And the other one is a Ten of Pentacles, which is tens or cycles ending. Something coming to an end or coming to a culmination or achievement point. And it's right next to Death or Transformation, which is also about significant major endings. And you have Justice and Judgment both, and the Wheel of Fortune. Wow. So you have a lot of major arcana cards, like 90% is major arcana cards. I don't actually know if that's the actual percentage because I'm a psychic, not a mathematician. But major arcana cards is significant, profound energy, God, spirit, your angels, and guides, divine timing and orchestration. And when major arcana cards show up in a spread, in whatever area they're showing up in, it typically means that there will be, it's significant. It's even extraordinarily more powerful than the minor cards or pip cards as we call them. In certain spreads, it can represent very significant life shifts or changes, or the opportunities for significant life shifts and changes, because it's very significant, profound energy. So it looks like for a lot of you, if not most of you, if not all of you, Scorpios, for the last half of August 2018, it looks like a pretty important time. It looks like a pretty significant time. There may be some major things going. Well, for a lot of you, there are some major things going on. Something is coming to an end. Your overall energy, your overall focus, guidance, and advice from the bottom of the deck is Justice. You also have Judgment. Everything's in the upright position. This is the reap what you sow card. Justice represents that what you put into something is going to directly affect the outcome and results of something. The cautionary advice is to operate with as much honesty, transparency, and personal honor and integrity as possible, because that will be reflected in what the consequences or outcome or final decision or results of things are. What you reap is what you sow. Justice is blind, as the saying goes, which means that, you know, especially like in a court situation or a legal situation, if that's what it is for any of you. Not really getting that, but there may be some of you. I got for a couple of other signs, there's some legal situations going on. It means that the outcome will be fair. It may not be what everybody wants exactly, but it's fair because it's based on what people decided, what they chose, what they set in emotions, not what they wanted or hoped for or wished, but what they actually did. It's fair. It's karmically fair. So that's your focus and energy and advice for the remaining 2 weeks. And I feel like It's really advice for a lot of you too, because I feel like a lot of you, there's something coming to an end, or you're trying to make a decision about how something is coming to an end in your life, or something is inevitably coming to an end, and you're trying to make a decision on how you want to go from here on out. Because we find ourselves around the middle of August or so. Time, as I always say, is fluid. Could be a little earlier for some of you, a little later for others. General readings are a little tricky that way. Details and specifics always vary, but the energy is the same. And the advice is the same. So we have the Ten of Pentacles and Judgment. So Pentacles. Pentacles is earth energy. In the tarot, this is earthly, tangible energy, and it usually represents, in those areas of our life, things that deal with tangible things that we can see and touch and feel often. Things like money, finance, property, resources, assets, job, etc. Or in the relationship and emotional area of our life, it speaks of tangible energy, or the tangible results, or the efforts we put into something, work, or resources around that, or material issues which may affect those areas of our lives. Tens represent cycles ending, something coming to a close, or coming to a fulfillment part where nothing else needs to be done with it. Or at least there's no more major changes or significant things that need to be done, like retirement, or getting married after dating for a long time, or something of that sort. There's a culmination point has been reached. So Pentacles is earth energy. It's tangible, practical energy, and it often represents those things in our life that are tangible, practical, and concrete. Initially, in the early tarot decks, the Ten of Pentacles was called the inheritance. So what does inheritance mean? Inheritance means a sense of a present day now sense of abundance and prosperity that you get, or that's given to you, or that comes to you, or that you're giving to somebody else. But it comes from the weight of time and history and work that went into it. That's what inheritance means. It represents abundance that comes from the long, slow accumulation of what went into it to build it. There's a sense of it looks like a treasure chest spilling over here in the woods. So it's abundance. It could be in actual dollars and cents. It could be in property, or a combination of all of those things. But the reason that you get it is because there's a sense of stability and security that it brings, because it's big enough, and there's been so much time and effort gone into it. Which is why it represents such a sense of abundance and solidity and safety and structure and continuity now, which is what inheritance means. So for some of you, and because you also have justice and judgment in the upright around this issue, for some of you it could be a legal issue coming to a close, or for some of you it could be literal inheritance, the division of an estate, money, proceeds, property, etc. And things have reached their legal finality, or are reaching their legal finality in a way that brings you a sense of financial or material abundance. And it gives you a sense of security and stability, because you don't have to worry about like paycheck to paycheck. It gives you enough of a safety net that you feel safe and solid and stable. And perhaps even quite abundant too. And for those of you for whom it is division of estate or something like that, if it's not that you've come of age and have inherited something, if it's something that comes from, as somebody having passed on, my condolences to you. I always want to say that. Now the Ten of Pentacles is clarified and accompanied by judgment in the upright. What does judgment mean? What does it mean to be judged? What does judgment mean? It means to be held accountable, to be called to account for what you have done or chosen or made a decision on. And there's an air of finality to judgment too, which means that whatever you choose, whatever you do, whatever you set in motion, whatever path you start walking on, you won't be able to come back from it, or at least not come back from it easily. It would set the stage for something for quite some time to come. So choose wisely and choose carefully, because the consequences will be far-reaching, like a ripple effect. And judgment often comes up, not always, but often comes up when there's a decision in front of the client, in front of someone. And it can appear to be a decision, maybe that doesn't appear to be that significant, or it can appear to be a big decision. But when judgment comes up, for any of you who have a decision or a choice to make about how something about money or finances, or something that may imply something kind of culminating or coming to an end, choose carefully, because judgment says even if it doesn't seem like that big of a deal now, the consequences of it are going to be long lasting and far reaching, so choose carefully. So the Ten of Pentacles could mean that inheritance, a legal situation coming to a close, you winning something, coming into money. The Ten of Pentacles can represent retirement after a long career, and you've got a nice, comfortable retirement package. It can represent, in relationships, this can represent a long-term, like a long-term marriage. It's somebody that you're with a long time. It's a good, solid, stable marriage, because fundamentally the energy is completion, fulfillment, but it comes from the long, slow accumulation of what went into building up this sense of abundance, whether it's actual dollars and cents, a piece of property, or a relationship, or a career path or project of some kind. For those of you who have any kind of decisions to make around anything like this over the last part of August, or even the first part, because general readings, timing, you understand, choose carefully, even if it doesn't seem like that big of a choice. So for those of you, because something significant is coming to an end, or has come to an end, or is at this culmination achievement point, because of that the 10 of Pentacles. And also right next to it, we have death or transformation, which is also about a major significant ending. And death usually, the ending that death represents is usually something old that's been there for quite some time. It's sitting right next to the 10 of Pentacles. It took a lot of time and effort to build up into whatever these pentacles represent for you. And death represents that something has come to an end. So again, it could be retiring. It could be selling a family home or property, the division of estate that way. It could be a long-standing lawsuit coming to an end. For some of you in relationships, I suppose it could also be, divorce or the ending of that portion. But honestly, I'm not feeling that. So that would just be like based on, it's a possibility that could be based on more technical definitions of the cards. I'm not feeling that per se, but it could be. The strongest energy I'm feeling is pretty concrete. It would fall in the Pentacles energy of your life. Money, finances, property, career, assets, legal situations. That's what it feels like. Something coming to an end. But in this coming to an end, and it's karmic too, because you also have the Wheel of Fortune in the upright, which typically means a stroke of good luck, of good fortune, the wheel turning in your favor. Although whether it seems to be turning in your favor or not, that's usually a matter of perspective, because the Wheel of Fortune represents divine timing and orchestration, which we have no control over. In the upright position, it does imply that the wheel is that it is a stroke of good luck, of good fortune, the wheel appearing to turn that way. But it's completely out of our control. It's unexpected. It does look like a stroke of good luck, of good fortune. And I feel like for some of you, this is going to represent what is coming to an end is divine timing and orchestration. It's definitely meant to come to an end. And there is good fortune and good luck for it in those of you. Some of you, I really feel like you are getting actual financial abundance in dollars and cents, perhaps in property, whether you're gaining it through it being given to you or coming to you from an inheritance or being granted to you in a lawsuit, or whether you're getting it because you're selling something that's been in the family for a long time or something of that sort, and you're getting a significant sum of money. However the details and specifics vary, it looks like this is bringing a sense of prosperity and abundance to you. It's a fulfillment and achievement. There may be some decisions and choices attached to how you do it, what you do with it. And again, in that, choose wisely. Divine timing and orchestration is strongly at play here. There is good luck and good fortune, but also what you do with it, to whom much is given, much is expected, is important too. And how you proceed through the situation is important, particularly if you choose to share it. So remember, if there's any decisions around this to be made, remember your overall energy was justice and advice was justice. So, and you have justice and judgment both here. So if there's any decisions, any choices, if any of it's ethical or moral at all, a very strong message here to do whatever you feel and know the right thing is to do. Even if it isn't maybe necessarily what you emotionally want, or if it's about giving somebody their fair share, even if you don't like them or if you don't think they deserve it, but you know that's the right thing to do, do it. Because karmically, do what's fair, because karmically it's going to come back to you in one form or another. So operate with the highest degree of personal integrity and respect and honor that you can. Do what you know to be the right thing to do, regardless of what your emotional feelings are about it. And you'll be paid back tenfold for it. And that seems important to somebody out there, or I wouldn't have said it. So interesting reading, Scorpio. Kind of intense and sort of deep, kind of like, you are deep and intense too, Scorpio. Anyway, that pretty much wraps up your August 2018 mid-month general reading. I hope it has been useful to at least some of you, or at least hasn't confused you too much. Write back and give me feedback on this one, those of you who are comfortable in doing so. I'm always interested when the majority, well, I'm always interested in the feedback and I always read it. But sometimes I'm particularly curious, as I am here, when the majority of it is major arcana cards. It looks like a pretty important couple of weeks. So write and let me know what it is. Again, if any of you would like a more personal, tailored, just for you one-on-one reading, please feel free to email me directly at maggie1mcguire@gmail.com. I would be so happy to work with you. You can get that information by clicking on the description bar of all my videos, or going to my YouTube channel's homepage, clicking on the little About button. For quick answers to the quick, easy questions, you can also find me on the smartphone app Instantgo under Irish Gypsy. That link's also provided. All right, Scorpio, I will see you all in a couple of weeks for the September 2018 general readings. Until then, as always, I wish you joy, peace, blessings, and a happy life. Take care, and I hope to see you back here again soon. Bye-bye.